Now, in this one, I want to introduce a little bit of an element of randomness to making the ball move flatter or steeper. Now, I really want to emphasize here that what we're about to do is not, if you like, the correct way to make the ball bounce off the paddle in the real game of Breakout. That's something that I want to come back to much later in these videos, because it's not actually as straightforward as you might think. It can be a little bit complex. So I want to introduce just a very simple solution. Okay, what we're going to do is, at the moment, the ball is going to keep bouncing around kind of at the same angle all the time, because all it's going to do is bounce off the paddle, and if it came in like that, it'll go off like that. And if it's on the edge, it'll always keep the same sort of angles. So we want to make something a little bit different happen, and we can do that here. If instead of saying, I say 180 minus direction, I could also then perhaps add on a little bit of an element of a random number, say a number between, well, you might want to take off 20, the direction up to 20, or you might want to add on up to about 20. So what we can do is, and by the way, this is not going to be a task. I want to, with this, I'm going to do a task and solution. I'd like you to then add this into your game, and it's something that we'll revisit in quite a few videos' time to perhaps have a more not useful solution, but a more perfect solution. This is just to illustrate a point, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a random number between minus 20 and 20. Now that might be a little bit too much, but I need to basically say it's 180 minus direction, and then we can either have, it doesn't really make any difference, minus or plus this bit. But I've got no way of gluing that in. So what I can do is take one of these, put my direction there, put my pick random in there, and then grab this and drop it in there, and then pop that back into here. So what you'll see now when we play the game is that you can pretty much guarantee now that it's going to pick a naught. Hopefully, yeah, that kind of, I think that's straightened up a little bit. Let's see if we can get one that maybe that's certainly straightened up. You've seen what's happened there. I guess the unfortunate thing is that, and that really went back the other way. The unfortunate thing is, I mean, if I hit the edge of the paddle, it's kind of, it's not perfect, but it's all I would like to do at this moment in time for this particular game. We will have a look at a far better solution, so that if the ball hits one edge of the paddle, it might go off very steep, and if it hits the centre of the paddle, it might go very straight. But that's a little bit too much for this moment in time. So we're just going to run with this, and I said I'd like you to change your scripts now to incorporate this, and in the next video we'll start introducing the actual blocks to hit.